This is a video on how to do the handstand push-up. The prerequisites for the handstand push-up are a freestanding handstand, doesn't have to be long, just an okay one, and some push strength, which we'll look at in just a moment. Because the handstand push-up is a combination of strength and balance, I recommend the following progressions because they target both of these elements at the same time. I'll explain in just a minute why I think you should be training strength progressions that contain balance in them in just a moment. But before I do, let's take a look at the positioning in the setup for the handstand push-up. A common mistake is having the hands too narrow. A slightly wider hand width is helpful here. The next most common mistake is trying to place the head between the hands. This makes it extremely difficult. What you need to do is aim the head forwards out in front of the hands, and then this will also take care of the elbow positioning. If the head is traveling forwards, you'll find that the elbows tend to fold more directly behind you with a little bit of outward flare. I'd say they're about 45 degrees in flare, but they're not flaring out completely horizontal, and they're probably not tucked in entirely behind you either. Everybody's going to be a bit different here depending on the lever lengths. What I'm looking for with my handstand push-up and how I like to teach it is control. So you'll notice my body line is nice and straight. I like to keep a posterior tilt or a slight tuck of the butt under so that my body line stays nice and straight. And this just helps avoid that horrible looking banana, which at first, I had to have a little bit of banana, but if you use the progressions I'm about to show you, this will help encourage that nice straight body line. The best progression by far for building up the strength for the handstand push-up is this piked supported handstand push-up variation. So what we're looking to do here is really stack those hips over the shoulders are over the wrists, the head is going forward, and I'm keeping my legs nice and straight, and I'm trying to replicate that upper body angle that we'll have in the full handstand push-up to come. If this pike supported position is too difficult for you, then I recommend just doing the eccentric or downwards portion, resetting, spotting yourself back up to the top position and going again, or otherwise you can walk the feet back slightly to create a little bit more angle and it will get a little easier as well. Freestanding negatives. So these are a great one for learning the balance of the freestanding handstand and the body line control on the descent or the eccentric or the negative portion of the handstand push-up. This translates over beautifully later for when we start to do the concentric or the upwards motion. Put something soft under the head if you need, just in case. Make sure to be aiming that head out in front and lower down with as much control as you can while trying to maintain a slight posterior pelvic tilt if you can, and that straight body line. Really lock and tense the body up the whole way through, creating tension, and it will make it easier, like a stiff piece of spaghetti. Don't be a wet noodle. A good way to test if you're ready for the handstand push-up is once you can almost get a little bit of float with the feet when you're doing the pike assisted handstand push-up variation, you'll know, oh, there's enough strength in the tank to do this. The next progression I like to use is this cheating pike press up because it really helps keep the hips in a posterior position. It doesn't really play into the banana too much, and the momentum of the opening of the hips, if you time that right with the push, you get a little bit of a cheat or a little bit of assistance up into the handstand position. Once you're comfortable with all of those progressions, what you can do is use the pike cheat variation and then add the negative to it and come down gently. So again, mind your head, put something soft in front of your head just in case, and then start joining the pieces together. Both strength and balance can take time to cultivate. So depending where you're at in your journey, you might already have more of one than the other. What I tend to see is people have the strength, but they just don't have the balance to figure it out. And then other times people need to keep working those assisted pike variations to build up more strength first. But I still think you need to work some of those balance drills as well so that you're getting both and hopefully they converge and meet in the middle. And then you've got yourself a nice, beautiful, straight, controlled handstand push-up. If you're interested in taking your handstand push-up to even further levels, then I recommend you subscribe to this channel, because in the next few videos, I'll be covering the 90-degree Superman push-up and also some planche videos. So stick around for those, and like this video, comment, ask questions, and I'll see you in the next video.